Welcome to White People, Black Music, and Liberation. I'm Eric, and I'm here on the journey with you. This is a transmission at the intersection of race, music, and spirituality. It's about moving past the programming and into liberation. So today we're continuing our conversation with Matt Suwaya Matré. Tune back to the last episode for a little bit more depth on where this conversation is coming from. But this particular episode is going to delve into a really, really central question: the tension between being white and loving Black music. And just really what that asked of him in terms of reconciling that tension inside of his identity.
As time goes on, starting to think a little bit more about what it means to be a white passing Arab American person who loves hip hop, what that actually means.
Yeah.
What were some of the ways that kind of started to manifest itself in front of you? And like, what was it? What was your experience of that at first?
In terms of hip hop, I think having the question, what's the right way for me to relate to this, that's helpful. What's the way that I can relate to this that takes into account the ways that I still need to learn and grow and understand the things that I don't understand, and understand the ways that I might be contributing to what I don't want to be contributing to. And what are the ways? Yeah, I mean, having questions come up at different points. Around, I encountered at different times, other artists or spaces in the hip hop community where, people had challenges with white folks being involved with hip hop culture, and then of course that bringing up real questions for me. How do I relate to that when this feels like something that is so like deeply central in terms of what's meaningful and inspiring in my life?
Yeah.
And really quickly it became like my life's work. From the time I was young, I was 11, 12, I was writing rhymes, but by the time I was like early teens, I'd started recording, and it always felt to me like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I love. This is what I feel most connected to, that makes me feel most alive, most inspired, most connected to like a deeper level of truth, most connected to other people, to the world, to the questions going on, most connected to the possibility that I could offer something meaningful. So all of these things, it feels so central in my life. And then at the same time, encountering certain spaces or experiences that were, challenging whether it was okay to be a white or white passing person in the hip hop cultural context. And then I think that sort of like becoming a part of the ongoing path to incorporate those questions and keep working with them as an ongoing thing, and then that led to more having those conversations with other people that I trusted, both, both white people in the anti-racist space, as well as people of color, different friends, and also with my brother, which was a big, big part of the whole path for me because, we have the same two parents. I shared this with you on another call, but he hasn't always passed as white in the same way I have, or identified racially in the same ways that I have. for a few different reasons. And so beginning to talk to him, especially I think late teens and early 20s, asking him like, yo, what's this been like for you? And how has it been different for you? And man, I'm struggling with it, and starting to have him be somebody that I could turn to connect with about that. He was also deeply involved with hip hop and helped get me into it. And then he really got into jazz and is a jazz bassist. So both of us have that in common in terms of having a deep connection to these musical lineages that are so deeply rooted in Black American culture. I think little by little as we talk, like I'm settling into just having a conversation with you. And I'm not sure to what extent you'll edit things or edit out what I'm saying right now or whatever, but I think just even sharing in real time is helpful to. It's interesting as soon as we step into working with these ideas, a lot comes up. Comes up. There's a lot to work with. And I really appreciate the invitation into it.
Oh man, this was such a good conversation. Just listening back to it now, and really happy that we're doing this. The vulnerability, making this really about healing and a dedication to seeing a world of justice for everyone. Another thing that was really fascinating for me is like the A/B test example that the case of Matt's brother gave him. I've had a couple instances where I've had experiences like this too. But, same upbringing, same parents, everything else is the same. The only difference between Matt and his brother is race. Matt's brother doesn't always get to pass as white. And to see that impact, it's a really clear example of how racial identity is impacting us. So we've got a little bit more from Matt in the next episode, but I had a really good time. So stay tuned for more. I hope you're all doing well. Talk to you soon. I'm Eric, and this has been White People, Black Music, and Liberation. If this message speaks to you and you want to be part of the journey, head to whitepeopleblackmusic.com and let's build a world where liberation is for everyone.